How do you think that went?
It's okay, I made some mistakes. But
everybody does.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been dancing?
14 years.
14?
14.
14 years?
14 years.
What are you nervous of?
I'm always nervous with interviews.
So you're nervous of me?
Yeah.
Or it's just the general interview?
Just the interviews, really.
Okay. And if I told you that that may make you come across as probably not as confident as you probably are after dancing for 14 years, or do you think that you would try to not be so nervous? Or do you think the nerves are fine there?
I can work with it and I'll be alright.
Yeah. Because I'd like to see you in a different environment as opposed to feeling that you were put on the spot, to see if you're normally that nervous. Or you're not.
I'm not
By able to tell me. Is he normally that nervous? Is he the quiet person in your group?
Yeah, but he gets on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Okay. I think when you work on that, your whole posture will change. I think you have loads of other great reasons that will come from it, to be honest with you. Because what I've noticed is some of the times when you doubt yourself, although you have a great trick of keeping your head up, you lower the eyes, and the eyes are down the whole time on certain moves. Basically with your shines, I noticed that a lot on the Susie Q and the bow ties. So even though the head was up, if I'd looked at a real quick glance, I would have thought that you had your head up, but your eyes were focusing down. So bring the eyes up, and that is probably a confidence thing. So don't doubt yourself. If you've been dancing for 14 years, you don't have to doubt yourself as a dancer. You know, because for someone to stick at something for 14 years is commendable. You know, and that to keep on that road of learning more and more is what it's all about, isn't it? So this is all great, really, for you. Yeah. So don't doubt yourself.
Sometimes I'm just concentrating and then
so much, yeah.
And sometimes I look up, sometimes I look down. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I noticed is what I think you could do. These are my observations. So these are just my observations personally. What I would do is get you practicing on your ones, because I thought a lot of the time where you doubted yourself was just before the one, which then sort of threw you off. And if you keep repeating that, you'd almost go right off, if that makes sense, because you never get back on the one. Do you see what I mean? So you were hesitant on your ones, maybe because you haven't practiced the combinations enough. So that might have made you hesitant on the one, and then the eyes then went down. So we had almost like a knock-on effect, if that makes sense. So the combinations I thought should work on mainly with 3 and 5. So you seem to have the rest of them pretty tight. You know? So if you practice the ones, if you know you're listening to the timing aid with the 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. And there are some musics which just focus on the one. So maybe have like a couple of minutes a day, or one time you play that record a day, like track a day, where you're just focusing on placing your ones in place. So you do your mambo, you know, you're going forward, you do your kukuachi, and get confident in your ones. And I think when you grow that confidence, it's going to change all them other things, if that makes sense. Yeah. So keep your eyes up, your head is up, but your eyes are down. Watch your Susie Q on Ladies Timing. I think that was throwing you quite a bit. So you know that you're working one bar behind the man as such. A lot of the time when we're dancing 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, you find that these are 2 separate bars, aren't they? This is one bar, this is the second bar. But as a phrase, they become almost joined together, don't they? So when we go back on Ladies Timing, we break them because we're a bar behind. So in theory, the ladies counting 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. So the emphasis switches from the 1 and goes on to the 5. Sometimes only for like 1 or 2 bars of music, but that's where the emphasis is. So then it will keep you strong on the 5 again. So swapping it round like that helps. Does that make sense? I'm writing this on the back of your thing as well, so we'll see. Okay? So practice your ones.
Yeah.
Get yourself really confident in where you're placing your foot on all the ones.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that, practice that, twisting it round to the 5. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Yes, watch your 3 when you transfer. What you were doing a few times, when you were doing the Susie Q on ladies timing, when you stepped on the 3, you almost twist your whole body and stop yourself from doing a 5. Because you noticed on the Susie Q, you went wrong quite a few times. Did you notice that?
I noticed one time at least, but I didn't
Yeah.
notice it was more than...
Would you mind doing one for me now, just so I can
What,
show
the
you? In
ladies
case,
one? What, any?
yeah, just do. Yeah, do you mind?
No, I don't mind. It's
Because
okay.
if I can see it and show you, then I can show you where to. Do you want to do it into the mirror so you can see yourself?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you do a ladies' time in just one mambo, one Susie Q, one mambo. That's all. 5, 6, sorry. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. And stop there. Now what I want you to do is do the mambo, and on the 3 of the Susie Q, stop. Stop in that position of your 3.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Look at your position.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going. And 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's there. When I was watching you doing it before, your foot was almost so twist that you wasn't allowing yourself to be able to come in on the 5.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense. So
Yeah.
just watch that small transaction there, just going from the 3 to the 5 on ladies' timing on Susie Q.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright.
Because what you want to do is you want your footwork to be so shining that when it comes to teaching someone else, they can't fault you.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So there, it's not shining yet, so it needs to be polished up a little bit. Right there on that, between 3 and 5.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright.
Okay, and head on breakaway.
Sorry?
Your head on the breakaway. When you're going round with your head, you're almost bringing it round with your body, as opposed to looking,
Straight there.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
there. And because of that, that's what I gave you a good for on this one, because the eyes were down, the head. So focus on the positioning of the head. It's just to make it immaculate,
Okay.
really.
Alright.
Yeah. So you've got very good for your general confidence,
Yeah.
even though I know you're going to work on that
Yeah.
and feel more comfortable. Because sometimes as a teacher, you can be booked and go and do maybe a big workshop or something. You're not going to know anybody before you get there. You know, it's not the ideal situation if you're thinking, you know, and it will make a difference to your intro as a teacher and your way of introducing yourself. So know that anything can happen and you're prepared for it. Providing you keep practicing all these combinations and make your footwork immaculate, that's what will make you prepared for it. And once you start doing that, that's going to grow your confidence even more.
Okay.
Yeah? So we've got rhythm and timing very good, technique very good, and excellent potential. So, is it any question?
No, not for the moment. I can think of right now.
Okay. Does that make sense, what I've explained to you about the 3 and the...
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to shake hands?
Oh yes, of course. Thank you.
Thank you. Bless you. Can I
Cheers,
see
mate.
Caroline next, please?
Caroline, which one?
Caroline T.